Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video on the Just Saying YouTube channel. I'm Jairus, and as always I'm joined by
Shay.
That's right. And in today's video we're going to be giving our full MLB season standings predictions because opening day is right around the corner, folks. Let's go.
That's right. America's pastime is back, ready to go in full swing.
Oh my God. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with the National League West and the defending World Series champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. There's not going to be any debate. Los Angeles is going to win the division. That should not be a surprise to anybody. Then I'm going to say that the Padres finished second and the Diamondbacks finished third. And the Giants finished fourth, and the Rockies, as usual, last.
And I have to say I agree with him pretty much all the way. I don't see much change for either club here. It's inevitable that the Dodgers are going to win the division anyway, and probably the World Series, so I can't really disagree there. Not much change.
Now, the real question is, when do the Rockies finally get out of the basement?
At this rate, never.
All right, moving on to the National League Central. Pretty unpredictable here, but I think the Brewers are still going to finish first in the division. After that, it's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go off the board and say that the Cubs finished second, then the Reds, then the Cardinals, and then the Pirates. Because with the Pirates, they always have that good start to the season, and then they just suck from there.
Okay, so interesting. This is where we're going to differ. Last year in the NL Central, the Brewers won the division with the Cardinals second, Cubs third, Reds fourth, Pirates fifth. I'm going to say the Brewers will win the division again, but I'm actually going to put the Pirates in second. Paul Skeens is going to have an incredible first full year. I do think so. Barring injury, I think he's going to be a Cy Young winner. He's that good. His stuff is that fast and that filthy. So plus the Pirates are a very young team anyway, so maybe that would help down the latter stretch of the year with injuries and everything like that. Then I'll go with the Cubbies, then the Cardinals. That's the wrong division. Sorry, Cardinals and the Reds. I'm actually putting in last place, even though Elly De La Cruz is going to look to bounce back or have another incredible year as well, but I just don't see the Reds doing anything.
Moving on to the NL East, one of my favorite divisions for teams to watch. As we all know, the Mets made the biggest splash in free agency, signing Juan Soto to that massive, massive contract. So they are going for it. And the Phillies looking to break through in the playoffs, but always a good regular season team. So I am going to have the Phillies still winning the division, but I think the Mets will finish second. And I think the Braves will finish third. The Nationals fourth, and the Marlins, I think, will be fifth because they sold pretty much everything that was walking at last year's deadline.
This division last year had 2 of the 3 wildcard spots. I think it's going to be a good division once again this year, and the Mets only got better, of course, with Juan Soto. But I think the Braves are going to come back to win the NL East. Had a lot of injuries last year, but Chris Sale's coming off his Cy Young year. They still have Spencer Strider, who I got to see in person, and oh my God, his shit is filthy. Acuna Jr. is coming back at some point this year from his torn ACL, I think. So the Braves are still stacked, and I think they will, unfortunately, win the division. However, I am going to put the Mets there in second, and the Phillies actually dropped to third, but I still think they will make it into the playoffs on probably the second wild card, followed by the Nationals and the Marlins.
Moving on to the American League, starting in the West. Man, you got the Texans. They won that World Series a couple years ago. Just have not been able to get anywhere close back then. The Mariners choked away the division last year and missed the playoffs, actually. Astros are still looking to get back to where they were as well. So this could also be a very interesting division. But in terms of who I think is going to finish, I'm going to actually have the Astros still winning the division. And I'm going to say that the Mariners finish second as well. I think I'm just going to go with where they finished last year, but I'll have the A's falling back to last in the division.
Okay. I think the Mariners are going to win out the AL West. I think they've learned from their mistakes last year. Baseball is such a long season, though. Obviously, so many games. So you have to be careful and not lose too many at one stretch. But I think they'll pull through because they have a very young team as well and be able to win the division. I unfortunately think Houston will still hold on and finish second. Rangers in third. And I think the A's could have a good year. Well, good by their standards. But the Angels are still just a garbage pail. And Mike Trout, I'm so sorry, but you're not getting into playoffs.
All right, moving on to the American League Central Division. I think
the Sox finished first?
No, but they have to be better than last year. There is literally nowhere else to go but up. Kansas City showed a lot of promise, so I think they will have a great regular season and win the division, followed by the Tigers, who I also thought showed promise. And then I'm going to have Cleveland finish third. I think I'll have the Twins finish second, the Tigers third, and Cleveland fourth, or no?
Division winners last year. You're going to drop them all the way to fourth?
Yeah, I'll do third. I think the Sox are still going to finish last, but they're not going to be that bad. But this could be a super competitive division.
Interesting. So I'm going to say Cleveland will once again win the division. Will they do anything in the playoffs? I don't know. Kansas City, I wouldn't be surprised if the Royals win the division, but I want to see more from them this year to maybe change the pick later. Then I'm going to go Detroit, the Twins, and the White Sox, who still could be even worse than last year with, they had 41 and 121 or something, so they could be 39 and 143.
Or they can improve. They could be 42 and 120.
That's right.
That's an improvement.
It is.
So, coming off a World Series loss to the Dodgers in just hilarious fashion.
Hilarious.
We were all laughing. They won the division last year. They lost Soto, and they're going to be without Garrett Cole.
Correct.
So that's going to really hurt. I think they'll take a little bit of a step back. I think the Orioles are still going to win the division that they didn't last year. And I'm going to agree with you. I think Boston is going to have a bounce back and make the playoffs. I think the Yankees are going to finish behind Boston. And why not? Let's just throw Tampa Bay last. And the Blue Jays, even though they were very disappointing, I think they could improve on the season.
I think Baltimore is still proven otherwise a shoo-in to win the division, especially with the Yankees losing Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton and not re-signing Juan Soto. So they will win out the East, but something's just telling me the Sox are going to be different this year, and they could surprise a lot of people. With that being said, people are once again saying the Blue Jays should be a playoff team like they were supposed to be last year, and then obviously it did not come to fruition at all. So I feel like they have a bit of a chip on their shoulder to prove themselves right and prove everyone else wrong. So I wouldn't be surprised if they finish third, actually, and get the second wild card spot. And the Yankees could miss the playoffs, and the Rays, they're going to sit at the Yankee Spring Training Stadium and enjoy last place, I think.
Yeah. But as we all know, the AL East is always competitive every single year.
Yep.
The Rays do very well as underdogs, generally. So would I be surprised if they finish in a totally different order than what we have? Not really.
No.
But I think the AL in general is going to have a very, very competitive wild card race and playoffs, and the NL is not going to be any slouch either. There are a lot of teams that surprised us last year, and there's a lot of teams that didn't make it last year also that are trying to get back there.
Yeah, I would say out of the two leagues, the American League East and the National League East are the two divisions to watch in both respective leagues. The AL East is always extremely competitive, and it's just a hard division to win. But the Mets are going to really play spoiler to either the Braves or the Phillies in the National League East and make that very competitive. But we're all chasing the Dodgers here, so we already know they're going to win the World Series again anyway. So does it actually matter at the end of the day?
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath. We're going to see some good teams this year miss the playoffs.
I think so.
So I think that's a good thing. I don't think it should be easy to make the playoffs.
No, not at all. We might get those rare instances where we have game 163 because there is a rare tiebreaker. So one final game added to the regular season to submit the last wild card spot.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there you go. Our full standings predictions. I haven't watched a lot of baseball in my life, but this season I'm really going to try to watch a few games, non-Rays games even, games of different teams. So I'm really excited for opening day. I hope you all watching are as well. And yeah, thank you for watching the video.
That's right. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell us why we're completely wrong.
Because we are going to be completely wrong.
Yep, about all of our picks and why you are right. Because that's what's important. You're right. We're wrong. We're a man enough to admit when we're wrong. So thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Day early access to the podcast. Follow all our socials. Facebook is our main home where we post a lot more frequently now, and we're posting updates and any breaking news or anything. So please follow us over there. Leave likes and comments over there too, because we'd love to get involved and speak to you over there. But I think that's going to do it.
That's right. So again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like as well, because that helps the videos out a lot. And as Shay said, subscribe.
That button right there at the bottom. Yep.
The red button
You got
with
it.
the white text.
You can do it. Now it's just one click. That's all. Good job. There we go.
You're our MVP. We will see you guys in the next video real soon.